Whoop-de-doop-de-doo. Here we go, people. And here we go. Hey, welcome everybody, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages. Thank you once again for joining us tonight for Reckless TV's The Drunk Show, hosted by me. It's your boy, Graham. And my co-host is in the other room. He'll be here in a moment. But let me start off by saying before he comes up in here that once again, it has been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure doing this show, being around y'all, and doing this show for y'all. We love doing this show. We're going to continue to do it. Make sure you take this opportunity. Hit that like button, subscribe, share this motherfucker all over the internet. And here we go.
That is Butch, baby.
It's your boy, Graham. And what's your name, sir?
My name is Butch, also known in many other circles as Boogaloo Jones, also known as Richard
James
Esquire
Senior.
DDS, motherfucker.
And what's the DDS stand for?
Dickle Down Soldier, also known as Pinot Grigio, if you're in France.
Oh, and I'm Graham, a.k.a. Triple D.
And that stands for?
Deacon Dickle
Down.
Also known as, well, in France, you know they give me a name in France too?
What is that, sir?
Sangria.
We got a man already calling in.
Oh, somebody already calling in.
Let's get it started.
All right, let's get it started. Here we go.
Well, Tommy!
Tommy,
Tommy,
what to do this? Hold on, cut the camera off.
Cut the camera off, Tommy. Look, while Tommy cuts his camera off, I'm going to take a shot.
All right, give him a second. Let Tommy cut the camera off. Let the
okay.
stuff fix.
Wait, hold on, Tommy. We got to do this right quick. I got to do my sponsors. First of all, we are drinking two different things tonight because me and Deacon over here, we're going to be going at it in a really high discussion on some shit. What we got? Jeremiah, you motherfucker, glad to see you. Cody, how's it going? You punk motherfucker, I love you. And those are the only two people in there. Oh, all right, you get your shot. Here we go. Bam. Shot for everybody that's here. Whew, that put some hair on your ass.
All right, so we just get started. Give us a second, Tommy.
We're brought today by these are some ramen noodle soups. These right here get you to through payday. Trust me, it will. Oh, you high motherfuckers. Fishing. If you love to fish, these are good. Thai food. Parmesan crisp. Don't know where you can get them, but you ought to try to find it.
Those are Sam's Club.
I'm a workout fanatic, pre-workout. These two go together. This is hand sanitizer. You need this and this. You use the hand sanitizer first. Why? Because you've been touching nasty shit and you don't want to touch your dick when you try to jack off with this right here. Great stuff. And as always, some of this new Amsterdam Berry. We doing pre-show, well, getting shit ready. We drunk most of the shit, so it is what it is.
He got the new Amsterdam. I have the Seagram's Extra Smooth vodka.
Right. Baby powder. Not for women, but for men. Hey, you may get you a piece of ass after work. Make sure you put that on there and keep your balls from goddamn smelling musty. What else we got? Okay. Bud Ice is one of our new sponsors for tonight. I'm trying it out just to make sure it's just good enough for us. I'm not sure it's going to make the count. And, of course,
I'm drinking
our usual Yingling. Yes. Great. Awesome. That's going to do it for our sponsors this week. We had lotion, but the big man used it.
Oh, yeah. We had now we try this other one. And you know why we use that one?
The reason you using jojoba oil, which is some of y'all could call it jojoba.
Jojoba.
But we use this here sometimes. The friction is a little bit more harder depending on your hands. But I can tell you this. When you put it on your hair, oh my God, look like you got a perm down there on your man fro down below. All right, let's get back to everything that's going. We got it there. We got Tommy on the line. Go ahead, Tommy. What you got for us? Tommy.
Tommy's here.
What? Okay, Tommy stepped away. He thought we were going to be a little bit longer.
Well, tonight's show, ladies and gentlemen, is all about shit that's got the internet and news stations, everybody in the goddamn uproar.
Uproar. Yes.
It seems like everything nowadays is getting on somebody's nerves. Somebody got something to say. Somebody got a problem with it. And, well, hey, if somebody got a problem with something that's being said or done, ain't Butch and Graham where you want to go to find out?
Damn right. And we'll give you our opinion on it. Why? Because I'm going to tell you something. There's a lot of people out here that has opinions. But when you get our opinion, it's always right.
And opinions, other people's opinions are like assholes.
Everybody got one.
And they all stink. But
yes,
not ours. Our opinions, you might as well write that down as gospel.
Oh, law.
Law. That shit law.
Where we at? Let's go ahead and get into some.
We're gonna start off with sports right quick.
Okay. Last night there was a boxing match. Garcia versus Rios. Now Rios, personally, I watch boxing. I leave MMA up to MMA hoes, unless some of the big guys or name brand guys are doing some shit. Rios got his ass whooped. Should have been out of boxing. And the other one was Alexander and Ortiz. Well, it didn't fail to make the mark. Both them bitches were scared of each other and they didn't do shit because both of them took a major ass whooping a while ago. So they really weren't throwing punches. So it went to the scorecards. Personally,
yeah, boys.
What the fuck was that?
Oh, this is Tommy.
Oh,
hold on, Tommy. Butch is going through the sports real quick. Well, give us just a second.
And we're gonna go to the Olympics. Yes. Now, personally, I'm not a good winter fan of Olympics, but I'm gonna leave it at that. The Olympics, Norway is kicking ass. Germany is kicking ass. The Netherlands are kicking ass. Canada, Yakov, you're doing pretty good. Y'all got 5. Netherlands has 6. Norway and Germany has 9 golds. Now, total, they got 26. Then comes second with Germany, 18. Netherlands has 13. Canada, 16 medals, but 5 and 5 with the big ones. USA, bad, 5 gold medals. I hate to say it. The rest of them, there's no need to goddamn tell you because, hey, they only have 4 and under.
No, there is something that's got to be said. Right? Okay. Altogether, the United States has 10 medals, right?
Right.
All right. Now, there's a thing. I had to actually look it up. OAR.
Right.
Right? That is Olympic athletes from Russia.
And the reason that is because Russia had been banned from the Olympics.
This is one of the things that got people in an uproar. Russia banned, 47 of its competitors?
Correct.
From competition in the Winter Olympics for doping.
Doping. It's like the Rocky IV movie, what they've been doing. It's really fucked up. But it is what it is. I don't mind them doing it because I figure this much right here. If you add drugs into it, everybody will be equal, and then you'll find out really who is the best athlete.
Well, I do believe that Russia may have been listening to us.
Why?
Win if you can.
Lose if you must.
But always cheat.
And let me tell you something. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
I know that's right. But here's the issue. Here's the only issue I have, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Olympic athletes from Russia, right?
Mm-hmm.
Although they don't have any gold medals,
mm-hmm.
right? These are the ones that were allowed to still compete. They've got 3 silver. They've got 3 silver and 8 bronze, right?
Right.
11 total medals.
Okay.
The United States has 10 total medals.
Well,
so how you let a group where most of their Olympians couldn't even participate outdo you?
Well, here's the problem. What we have city-wise,
okay,
in America, I think we have maybe 4 states with big cities where you have the opportunity to participate in those type
events. Yeah.
Events. It costs a lot of money to be in the Olympics, to train. So with that being said, the rural areas get booted out. Now, also, it's not an equal playing field. We only have winter in America, 3 months when it really snows?
Not up north.
Well, okay, up north, it's no more than 4.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of the other places have winter pretty much in the area year round. And not to mention, although we're going through global warming, I'm just saying that.
Wink,
We'll
wink,
get on
nudge,
that.
nudge.
There's no such thing as global warming. We'll get into that. They have been using, or as a tradition, or it is other than soccer, the winter games that we use as events are there. It's like our football, baseball, and basketball.
Oh, okay.
So they have more people involved in it, and they have more competition. What brings on, when you have more people and there's a more home base or brand sport, you have more competition, which is we don't. Hockey is only set for what, a certain group here.
Oh yeah. But Tommy, what do you think? Okay, since Russia got in trouble for the people using the steroids and shit, right? So
Yes.
so do you think that they should have let any athletes from Russia go be in the Olympics? Or do you think that
Not doping, as long as they're not using metabolic steroids, I think it'd be okay. Honestly, I don't even really watch the Olympics because really they're saying, okay, unless you're this or this, you can't be a part of the Olympics. So I really don't watch the Olympics.
Well, my question with doping is this: they test you, all right, and truth be told, if you are,
how good is this dope? By the way, how good is the dope? Is it good or is it just peachy?
well, they're using state of the art every time when it comes to it's really like
You didn't get the joke.
It's
like
like
they said it all depends on how good the dope is.
oh shit. Good one. Touche.
Tommy got you on that. Bush didn't catch it. Hey, I caught it though.
I can tell you this.
Bush is a little slow. He was hitting the head as a child.
And you know what? I hit my head, but not was hit in the head. Personally, when it comes to doping, the Olympics should ask for you to register and say, I'm going to be in the Olympics, and they're supposed to test you year round. But here's the problem. They have companies come out where you can beat the testing every time. That's why you find a lot of NFL players, which is they don't tell you that they are being suspended because you have new things that they cannot find. I.e., Barry Bonds was supposed to, they said he was on doping, steroids. Problem is they had a new steroid that went straight through the skin. It was rubbing it on the most infected area. Well, you're a 40-year-old man. I mean, shit, you've been swinging a bat.
You rubbing shit on your body all the time. Icy hot, all that shit.
So that was the issue. Back in the day when Ray Lewis had tore his bicep, it had something to do with deer antler spray.
Now, what I don't get, think about this. Hey, you remember when this happened? One time I had some allergies, allergy stuff, and I took Claritin, right? And I went to go have a piss test, right? And all I did, I don't do drugs. All I did was take a Claritin, and I went and they said that my pee was hot for what did it say, methamphetamine.
I'm sorry to cut you off. We had a thing come in. We're
gonna get.
We are.
Oh yeah.
What's the problem?
Not a problem. It's running a little slow because there's stuff going on, but that's it.
Okay.
It's fine.
Before we get going on, Tommy. Are you there?
Tommy, you there?
He must got cut off.
Oh, we lost Tommy.
Lost Tommy. All right, we're back to our other thing. Doping to me means, is that him calling?
Yeah, Tommy calling back.
All right.
Hold on, Tommy. I'm trying to fix the bandwidth issue real quick. Give me a minute. I'll call you right back.
All right.
All right.
I feel like doping, if you're using it to heal, cool. That's not an issue.
None of these guys are using it to heal. They're using it to get a advantage.
All right. Well, here's the thing with advantage. If everyone can use it, then shit. where's the advantage?
Yeah.
Then it comes into science. Who has the best scientist? Which is everybody's for a buck. But off of the Olympics.
Oh, but before we get fully off the Olympics, this whole thing with the doping scandal,
right,
has come at the same time that Russia's in people in uproar with Russia about something else,
and that is the election scandal. Now, personally, I don't think, and this just is me, and this is my opinion, I do not think anything that Russia did was wrong. And the reason
wrong with what the election,
right?
It has been proven that they hacked into voting booths.
No,
yes,
I did not hear that. I did not hear that. What is?
Yeah, Cody, I'm trying to get it all squared away.
I did not hear they hacked into voting booths, but what I did hear was this: they went on to social media and did things to discourage voters to vote for Hillary.
Correct.
Now, with that being said, is that wrong? No. Because if the American public will have did their research like everybody else should have done, you will find out a lot of this shit was fake.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Matt, how you doing?
Matt, you here? I'm taking a shot for you.
Oh, look
shot
like
for Matt.
A shot again. Ow.
Oh, yeah. That put some hair on your ass. How's it going, Matt? But yes, when it comes to voting and what I heard, I do not believe they did anything wrong. Now, if they hacked into something, I do believe this. If they hacked into the computer, which is computer voting things that we use, then that's America's fault. Because it should be a way that if Russia can hack into it, then anybody can hack into it. And if anybody can hack into it, then you can sway the election your way.
But okay, if like I said, they done proved that they did tamper with some of the election booths, right? Now how is that? Yes, it has been proven that it has been proven that it was Russia that did it.
Okay, so they actually went in there. Now understand what I'm telling you. Now,
they were unable to determine what they did.
Okay.
But it has been proven that they were in the system.
All right. Now, here's the thing about that. That booth that you go into is not hooked up to no internet. So, with that being said, it's not hooked up to an internet. You take a card, you slide it in a slot, right?
Okay.
And then you pick whatever you want. Then you hand the card to the lady. Most time it's a lady. But here's the thing. If that is the case, how...
No, sir. When I went and voted, I didn't... It wasn't even a card. I went and signed in. They made sure that I was registered in that district. I went in there, pressed a button on a damn computer.
You had a card. Everyone has a card. You slide it into the slot. If you didn't have a card, then that's one of the ones that you got hacked into. And they hacked into it.
It was just straight electronic. You go in,
yes,
pick the person,
and you drop your card in the thing.
Oh yeah,
right. So there's no internet. So if they got hacked, it wasn't like they went in there. That means the actual computer system. I mean the layout that they had to be tampered with way before it got to the election. And
okay,
if that's the case,
even without the tampering with the election centers, right? There's still, it is illegal, right? For representatives from other countries, right, to help finance a campaign, which has been proven that they did.
Okay, so what?
It is illegal for them to take part in helping somebody campaign, which they did.
Okay, so what?
So it's illegal.
Finance, okay, you finance them. But here's the problem with finance. None of the money goes to the actual person.
Incorrect. It goes towards their campaign.
Right.
He who spends the most money wins the campaign.
When I tell you Hillary Clinton had more money.
Hillary Clinton did not have more money than Trump.
Well, Trump actually used a lot of his own money to do his own thing. And that was the thing, sir. A lot of people didn't notice. He did not use his campaign money. He used his own money to advertise for himself.
Okay.
But was that the issue? Was that...
No, the issue, the bottom line, point blank, is this. The issue is that they just indicted 13 Russian nationals.
You can indict them whatever you want. Here's the issue right here. Majority of the public decided they did not want a politician.
No, incorrect. The majority of the public decided they wanted Hillary.
If that was the case...
No, Hillary won the popular vote.
If that was the case...
That is the case.
If that's the case, right? Now, you have the electoral vote.
No, yes.
Right.
Trump won the electoral college. Hillary won the popular vote.
Right. Now, dig what I'm telling you. If that's the case, right?
Mm-hmm.
That means certain states have this many votes or that many votes. That means...
But okay. Have you heard of gerrymandering?
No, I don't think you said it right.
No, it's gerrymandering.
Okay, gerrymandering.
But what it is when they draw the district lines,
okay,
right? There's a group of politicians, like whoever's in charge, whether it's Republican or Democrat, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're in charge of drawing the lines of districts for the next election.
Okay.
Right? And they draw these lines in order to make it, so, let's just say,
who was that?
There was Matt that said, "Hey guys."
Okay.
That's what he said before.
Could you all tell us if we're lagging?
Hang on.
Go ahead.
But they can redraw the lines so that even if it's an area that they know, if it's Republicans drawing the lines, if you're in an area where it's, you can draw the lines so that the circle that you make,
right,
is gonna make it so that you win that area.
What you failing to realize this right here? People took Trump. It had nothing to do with
the
Russians.
people did not take Trump.
People took Trump. People asked for Trump, and Trump didn't even want to be president.
Hillary won the popular vote. I can pull up the numbers right now. Hillary got more votes than Donald Trump did.
But you...
And lost the election.
The only reason she lost the election was because... And
the electoral college.
Right. And which is, that is fine. That means little states have just as much power as big states. But it is what it is. Next one.
Okay. You done started getting me heated with that one.
Okay, I got one for you. Prince Harry.
Oh, the Prince Harry situation.
Prince Harry, and I want to hear y'all opinion on this. Prince Harry is getting married, and
live doing the show.
Prince Harry is getting married, and he did not. He invited Barack Obama, but he did not invite Donald Trump. Personally, hell, when I get married, I'm gonna invite who the fuck I want to invite. But it is what it is. But hey, fat boy, what are you doing?
He called me too. I'm telling him we were doing the show. Continue.
Who is he? Oh, hold on, y'all. Excuse me. Put that on. What's his name? Hey, jackass, we're doing the show, man. Not now. You want to be in the show? Hold on, right quick. Hold on. Hello? You? All right. Bye. Sorry about that, y'all. We got a friend of mine. He didn't know, but it is what it is. Prince Harry did not invite the president. Your views, not being.
But he invited the former president.
Being that he is Great Britain is a friend of ours.
Okay. Just because. Okay. Hold on. You had a friend that was getting married a couple months back, right?
Oh yes.
You had a friend of yours that was getting married a couple months back.
We did. Me and my friend. Actually, he's a relative of mine, and we had a disagreement and a miscommunication. But this is not a miscommunication, and the reason
this is a miscommunication. Donald Trump, our president of these United States, alienates just about everyone that he meets from another country. He disrespects them in one form or another.
Okay.
Our countries may be allies, but that's like me saying, that's like me inviting one of your brothers to something of mine. But I don't have to.
But here's the thing with Donald Trump. A lot of people don't understand. One, he's not a politician. That's number one. His diplomatic should I say that way? Well, the way he handles things that everybody else does is fucked up.
Correct.
And he's fucking up a lot of shit. And the world community does not want to be involved with him. But then again, he never wanted to be president. He just ran because he wanted a TV show. But
now he is president. He's got to do what he's got to do to.
Well, here's the thing about him being president. He is not going to do anything for the people.
For the regular people.
Well, a lot of people don't understand. It's us that rule this motherfucker. The low middle class has enough power to rule. That's why they always keep us divided. But we are changing that very soon. But that was just our spiel on that. We're getting to the meat of everything in just a second. I want you all to go online and look up, what's her name? Trabia.
Oh, I gotta pull it back up real quick. Her name is...
I want y'all to look this lady up because I want to know your opinion on it.
This has got internet and shit in an uproar as well. Okay?
What the fuck is that noise?
Fucking dumbass shit.
Her name is Trabia Majors. She is the first full-figure model.
Plus-size model.
Plus-size model. Which is, I'm not going to lie to you, she's sexy, she's pretty, she's fat. I'm not going to lie to you. She's fat compared to the rest of the models that's on there. But this is the average woman. So, in your opinion, and what's your opinion on it?
Oh, Tabria Majors.
Say it to them.
Tabria Majors. That is her name. She is a Sports Illustrated's first plus-size model to make it into the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition. But in the same swimsuit issue was also the first one where they had it was the third time they had an African American.
Yeah, but you didn't hear
cover model.
You didn't hear anything about that.
You heard about the African American cover model.
No,
I knew about that before you.
Yeah, but you didn't hear about Big Girl. Y'all have to look. Put her name in the chat so they can look that up.
Let me pull it back up so I can type it in. Okay, let's go to the chat box here. TABRIA MAJORS. All right. But that is the name of the...
Look her up. Let me find out how y'all feel about it. Also, did you know off just a little bit off, LeBron James, did you know he lost all of his players that was on his team? He got a whole new set. I think he's going to wind up winning, maybe competing this year. But here is our...
Damn.
What?
She's on Instagram. Tabria Majors has 720,000 followers.
Yes. And the reason why, and we're talking about white, black, Chinese, Asian, German, whatever. This is the average woman right now. She's the average woman that is in our lives I mean, your mother, your aunts, whatever. This is the average size woman. It's just how it
Yeah,
is.
the normal models that you see, they're under underfed. It looks like that's what they want to portray as the how women are supposed to look, but that's not in reality how most women look.
Well, a lot of them work out day in, day out. They got trainers or things of that nature.
A lot of them have eating disorders and shit.
But at the same time, this woman here is, if you
the average woman.
Actually, if you go on her look her name up, her images.
Mm-hmm.
She really does not have a stomach, but this is what you're gonna get, no matter what.
Oh, there you go. He's able to call back in now. There we go.
Tommy.
Hold on.
Can we
give him a second? Because when he comes on, he's gonna have to get rid of the camera real quick. There he is. Tommy.
What's up?
Okay, good. We can hear you now.
All
what
right.
do you think about this one, man? What do you think about Sports Illustrated having their first plus size model on in the swimsuit edition?
I bet you that makes your buddy there happy, doesn't it?
Always does. I love looking at the ladies. But Tommy, I want you to go online and look at her. Tell me what you think.
Her name, I put her name in the chat for the show. So look in the chat.
Is her name?
Huh?
Shaniqua?
No, her name is Tabria Majors.
What?
But she is the first woman with a non-model looking
I'm gonna
body.
take a smoke, and when I come back, Tommy.
Yeah.
I want to see if you got an opinion on this. We're gonna get kind of deep into it. I want your opinion.
But,
just a second.
But he going to handle a smoke break real quick, and then when he gets back, he gonna get right on there. But anyway, what has been going on over there?
You forgot something, by the way, when you introduced me.
Oh, my apologies, Tommy. But hey, welcome back to the channel, Tom. The Reckless TV hardcore champion of the world, Tommy NC 2010.
I thought I was the drunk champion. Am I the hardcore?
The drunk show hardcore champion.
Really? Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, remember, you either address me as Tommy or Champ, okay?
Okay, yeah, no problem, Champ. There you go. But Butch does have some questions for you as soon as he comes back. He'll be back in about a minute. But
yes, sir.
In your opinion, we're gonna go back now that I got you back on. In your opinion, do you think Russia had anything to do with the presidential election? Do you think they actually did anything to fuck with our election?
No, I don't think so. I don't think there was any. I don't think they did anything with that. Honestly, I think that people wanted a change, and I think that they thought Trump is the best option. So people spoke, and they made their decision. They voted Trump in, and I think that's just the liberal media trying to blow smoke to say, oh yeah, this is how corrupt our government is, that another country is going to get involved. And I think it's just the liberal media trying to spread that false rumor.
Okay, well, there you go. There's Tommy NC's opinion on that one. Tommy, while Butch is not here, because we can't talk about this with Butch in the room, okay?
Yeah.
But,
Butch is secretly a girl.
No. But you and I have both seen the Black Panther movie.
Yeah, we have.
Butch has not seen it yet. He's going to go see it. He's going to see it tomorrow so that we can do the Reckless TV review on Tuesday. But you and I slightly spoke about the movie yesterday with each other. But first thoughts. What are your first thoughts on the movie? Don't no spoilers. Don't give anything away. But just
it was very colorful, and there was a lot of politics, in my opinion, in that movie.
But the same thing could have been said about Captain America: Civil War, couldn't it? That movie was all about politics.
Well, not necessarily the idea of slavery. Like the idea of slavery, that's where I'm talking about the politics and racism, and a lot of times socialist justice warriors will try to throw in politics in Hollywood so they can advertise. They did the same thing in Wall-E. They advertised that and said we were slobs. Basically, that whole entire movie was just one gigantic speech on us being slobs, as human beings being fat, arrogant slobs.
Yeah, but hold on. But Tommy, Captain America: Civil War, right?
Yeah.
The whole premise about that was it was a fight between the two groups over whether or not it should be mutant registration, which would have been this, which is another political thing. It's like basically they were fighting over Big Brother's control over humanity. So how is Black Panther going to be any more political than that? That movie was, I believe, to be more political than Black Panther.
Well, I guess I didn't look at that movie because I don't really watch, the Marvel. Honestly, I'm more of a DC guy.
Okay.
And the funny thing, I tell you what, I'm sorry to get off subject here. I think that was The Dark Knight Rises. There was a lot that was, I think, disconnected from that movie because the only reason they did that ending like that was because that was that director's last movie. And plus, I think he had been damaged by the fact of Heath Ledger's death. A lot of people said that the director that made that movie was still hurt after Ledger's death.
Oh, okay. But other than the political stuff, what other thoughts do you have about the Black Panther movie? I mean,
I thought it was very moving. I thought it was very emotional. I thought it was very colorful. There was a lot of CGI. They put a lot of work, a lot of money into this movie, and it was definitely good for the Black community because definitely. Once this movie was released, you could definitely know that the African American community was going to come out once there was a Black superhero.
Yeah, I mean, and it's not to me. All right, now I agree with what you just said to a point. All right, but I don't want people to think that the Black community doesn't realize that we have had Black superheroes before, right? There was Blade. There was
Anti-hero.
Yeah, those guys were more anti-heroes though. The Black Panther was, well, of course we had Luke Cage as well, but that was a show, not a movie. But it's less about it being a Black superhero and more about it being a high budget Black film. You get what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, we've had a lot of Black films in the past. Hell, we had a bunch of Spike Lee movies, this, that, and the third. But this for African Americans is Marvel being a $1 billion movie industry, right? And not just $1 million movie industry. This is a $1 billion movie industry that gave this character and this cast and this director a chance.
Graham, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Have you ever noticed, like in Black movies or Black TV shows, have you ever noticed that the director, whenever he has a white guy in the show or movie, he tries to make the white guy dumb? Have you ever noticed that? Don't you think that's kind of a little bit racist to generalize? Now, what movies can you name that when there has been a Black guy in the movie, the Black guy was dumb?
Have you ever heard the term Tommy token Black guy? That's you can name movies for days that have had the token Black guy, the guy who only has a few words here and there. He's not really crucial to the plot. They just had to have a Black guy in the movie. It's been like that forever. But even in Black Panther, shoot, the two white guys that were in the movie, right? Claw and then Ross, they both had their purposes.
Token white guys.
No. Claw was a villain, and Ross was he wasn't portrayed as dumb. He was portrayed as he entered a land that he didn't even know existed. You get what I'm saying? It's like he's not dumb. He's what's the word? He's astounded. You get what I'm saying? It's like he doesn't know what to say because he's entering an area, a place that he's never been. All right, we have to stop talking about it because Butch has re-entered the room. But Butch is gonna get to his question for you right quick, Tommy.
All right, it's Tommy.
Yes, sir.
Did you hear about the school shooting?
Yes, I heard about it.
All right, great. Now, explain to me your thoughts on, do you think it should be gun control?
No, I don't think there needs to be gun control. I think what we need to have, I think we need to arm our teachers. Because, honestly, if you have a gunman coming into school and they get past security and there's not tight enough security, I think if a student with a gun walks into the school, the teacher should be able to pull out their pistol and blow that person away.
Now, understand something. You're trying to give teachers guns, right?
Yes.
Now, when you are doing that, you are dealing with somebody who is emotional because they could come in one day one way and come in the next day another way, and then a kid is having a bad time and he becomes violent with the teacher. What happens next? What? She pulls her gun out and shoots?
I think in that situation there should be a sensor inside the desk. If the school goes on lockdown, there is a school shooter, the drawer comes unlocked. In any other situation, if we develop this technology for these schools and gave the schools more money, in a situation like that, they could test it out with some schools and then see if they can go global with it. Smart desks.
Well, here's the problem with that. Now you are putting, and what a lot of people don't understand is it is. Let me back up and say this. In World War I, right?
Mm-hmm.
When the soldiers were training, they was training with bullseyes. World War I, World War II. They trained with bullseyes, right? You know what a bullseye is? Just a circle, What happened was when it was time to shoot a human, they paused. So when it came to the Vietnam War, Korean War, they started putting a figure as a man up on the board when you was practicing shooting, right? That way you kind of left the fear of shooting a human. So what you're saying is you want teachers to be able to shoot people. And
gunman. I want teachers.
Yeah, but what happens? What happens if you don't train them in the right way? You got a gun.
You do train. That's the thing. You train them. You have them trained. You have each teacher. Teachers take classes every year to learn the protocol of how to work in the school system. We put that training system into the schools where the teachers go to the gun range and they learn how to fire a weapon, and they get put in training seminars how to handle this situation. That's how you move economically, is you train your teachers how to use weapons in an appropriate situation, and that's how you do it.
Do you really want to have teachers sitting in a school, though, with weapons?
Well, wait, excuse me, Tommy, hold on. He said that whenever a gunman comes in school, that there's a sensor that they can hit, whereas it unlocks that situation.
Okay, but think about this. It's the same thing. As many teachers are people just like anybody else.
Hold on. Before you go any farther, I just have to ask him this. Tommy.
Yes, sir.
what happens when a student makes it past the metal detector and he goes into that class and they don't have an opportunity to alert the teacher? Then what happens? What happens to your sensor?
Well, automatically, that, now here's the thing: you're really trying to go technical into the situation.
No, I'm giving you a scenario to your solution to the problem.
Okay, I got a question for you. If you had a son, what would you rather have, a live son or a dead son?
I would prefer a live son, but also I know this here. If my son's friend is having a bad day and walks into the classroom to shoot one of the kids who's been fucking with him, then that teacher either has to have a instant opportunity.
Well, first of all, let me interrupt you here. It's okay. No offense to you, Butch. It's not your job. Okay. Are we talking about your son or the other parent's son? Now, here's the thing. It takes the one parent's position to hide their guns and make sure that their kids don't get a hold of these weapons,
Well, Tommy, let me tell you something. It is because I don't know if you live the way you live, you don't see it as much. And it's not your fault for not seeing it, and the lifestyle that I used to live, getting a gun is not hard. And I'm going to tell you something. This is not just in the African American community. I have seen in the Spanish community and the white community to get a gun without, and these are 16-year-old kids.
Butch, I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't you say there is more violence? Now, please don't call me racist because I say this.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't you say that there is more violence in the African American community than there is in any other community? Drive-by shootings and a lot of gang interactions, a lot of stuff going on, people getting shot, gang members walking into schools and even targeting buses at times because a kid threw his hand out and threw his finger the wrong way,
Well,
hold on.
He asked me.
Okay.
Hold on. He asked me. And I'm going to tell you this, Tommy, and low-income minority communities, there are more gun violence than there are in low white communities, for the simple fact that there are more Asians, Spanish, Black people who are in low communities than there are white communities. But for that reason, the statistics show that the Black kids and the Spanish kids and the Asian kids are shooting each other. But if you look at it as a whole, it's all about low income. Now,
but the black kids, the Spanish kids, the Asian kids, look at all the school shootings, right? That's not Black kids, Asian kids, Spanish kids. The school shootings, I don't think there's been a school shooting that has happened since Columbine that hasn't been a Caucasian kid.
Well, at the same time,
Yes, you can't say that because there was one shooting where there was a kid that was Caucasian, and he was from Korea. If you remember, he walked into that college and he gunned down all his classmates in that college. You remember that?
No, we're not. What we're saying is this here: white community kids go and shoot up the school. Black kids, and it's been documented that they go in and go get who the fuck they trying to hit.
They're not shooting up a whole bunch of people. They going after their target.
Now, white children are I'm not saying that this is just my opinion on it. I believe they have the training from their parents make it where they feel that they're going to go get everybody because of their social economic status. Now, if you find a trailer park white kid, he acts just like the black kids that are in low income. And he's going to go get who fucking with him.
Yeah, the guys that are doing the mass shootings, like the school shootings, the movie theaters and stuff like that, these guys aren't going after one person. They're going to make a statement. Maybe they have a mental...
The issue here is, what is it? Illnesses. I think this is the main issue. It shouldn't be the gun issue. It should be the fact that a person with mental illness should not put their hands on a weapon.
Okay, then I have to say this. Then Tommy, you're saying because me, I've been diagnosed with a mental illness. So that's saying that somebody like me who has been trained in how to use a weapon, who has served in the U.S. military, and who has grown using that statement, that means I couldn't get a weapon. They actually tried that. And that means that the majority of
Tommy,
of veterans...
You said it, Tommy. I'm with you on that.
No, then that's saying that the majority of veterans could not get a weapon.
I feel that it doesn't mean that if you are a felon, but we should have more mental...
To me, why are some of our veterans on the street homeless? Why is our government not taking care of these people?
That's another story.
That's a whole other show for a whole other time.
When it comes to gun violence, it's all about your mental status.
No, it is not. Shoot. Okay, I've got access. I've got access to plenty of weapons. I'm not going out shooting people. And I've got a mental illness.
But see, here's the thing: you have a mental illness, and which is PTSD, and that alone is just enough crazy. Where me and Tommy, who that has not experienced what you had, we don't need you to have a gun.
So PTSD, does that mean you pee everywhere?
No, PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder.
Oh, okay, sorry. My bad.
That alone, I believe that if you want to curb gun violence, and what a lot of people don't know is, for you to have a gun in America, you have to be over the age of 21. A gun, handgun.
No, depending on the state. But yeah.
A handgun. A rifle, you can get, which is like
Some
a shotgun.
states 16, most of them
18. Now, I believe you are supposed to have a mental evaluation. That would kill all the shootings that we have.
Then what you trying to, based upon, hold on, I don't want to get the numbers wrong here, right? But there's been studies done with the all over America, right? But I'm gonna pull up right now the percentage. I'll just say it into Google right here. What is the percentage of Americans that have a mental illness? Percentage of mental health by the numbers. 1 in 5 Americans has a mental illness.
Correct.
That is 20% of Americans.
Right.
So 20% of Americans have a mental illness, and this could be any different kind.
Well, let me ask you.
But have been diagnosed.
Hold on, let me ask you a question.
Okay, so you're saying that 20% of Americans cannot own a weapon.
All right, let me ask you a question. A knife.
Okay.
That you use for cutting vegetables.
Okay.
All right. So you're cutting some carrots.
Okay.
And you cut your finger.
Okay.
Do you go out and say, "Hey, I want to have a rally for knives. I don't want people to have knives right now because I cut my finger."